mrGoetz's flipped classroom.
What up, world? Welcome to mrGoetz's flipped classroom. What we're looking at today is a video clip that students are going to be importing into Adobe Premiere. And this video clip is about 3 minutes long, and it has 3 different shots in it. Your first step is going to figure out when the shot changes and put in a split clip. So that's the first thing you're going to do. So if I zoom in on this here, and I'm going to find when this changes to the other shot right about there, it's fine. Click on the razor blade, click on the razor blade, go back to the arrow tool, and then I'm going to trim off a little bit of this, maybe trim off a little bit of that. So we have this shot, then we have that shot. Very nice. Zoom back out again. And then let's see when this shot changes here for the third shot, right? We see it jump. Watch. Boom, jumps to another shot. So what we're gonna do is put in another split clip. You remember the tool? The razor blade tool. Click on the razor blade, then go back to the arrow tool and do the same thing. Trim off a little bit of this, trim off a little bit of that. Now the next thing we're going to do is watch one of these clips from the beginning. I just pressed the home button, H-O-M-E, home, jumped back to the beginning. Very nice. And then what I am going to do is look for the sync clap. I'm going to clap, and that clap is going to be what we use to sync everything up. This is not the best shot. I'm going to do this shot right here so you can really see what I'm doing. I'm going to do this shot so you can really see what I'm doing. Slate comes up, and then I'm checking to make sure I got it on all 3 cameras. Boom, slate goes down. So I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to see when the slate, and you can see the sound right here, right? You see the boom. Like that's when the slate goes down, and you can see right here in the audio waveform the sound when it goes down. So I'm going to put a split clip right there when that comes down, razor blade tool, split clip, arrow tool, and I'm just going to delete this part right here. I'm going to zoom back out again, and now I'm going to find that sync slate on every shot. So let's go here and see if I can find the sync slate here. Boom, zoom back in again, and we see the sync slate, boom, right there. Razor blade tool, arrow tool, arrow tool, delete. I'm going to zoom back out again. And now for the last shot. Let's see when we see the sync slate on this shot. Boom, right there. Same thing, zoom in again. Look for the sync slate right there. Go back to the razor blade tool, back to the arrow tool, delete this right here. Zoom back out again. Now what I'm going to do is stack these clips. But I want to delete the audio on 2 of them first because I don't need, the audio is the same on every single camera, so maybe I'll keep this audio right here. What I do here, I click on this guy, and I'm going to hit Command L to onlink. Onlink, delete audio, highlight this. I dragged a box around it. You see the way I did that? Dragged a box around it. Command L, same thing, delete that. Now I'm just going to stack these clips, and let's see what we have here. So I stacked the clips, and the only thing you see is the top one right there. So I'm going to put I'm going to take this guy back out of here again. I'm going to put this one, yes, I'm going to put this one on top. I want that one on top. Just put this one in the middle. Let's see what we have. We got mrGoetz playing guitar. How about that? Now, I'm going to take everything, I'm going to hit Command A, move everything back to the beginning of the timeline, right here. So we got that sync slate, very nice. We got some guitar playing here. I'm going to zoom back in. I'm just going to use the razor blade tool and put in a couple cuts here to show you how this works. Back to the arrow tool. Oh, I don't want it deleting audio. So I am going to undo what I just did. Click on this, and I'm going to do Command L because I don't want it to delete any audio. I want to delete video only. Back to the razor blade. Take out a little bit of this. Back to the arrow tool. All right, let's see what this looks like. So what I could do is time that for when I look at that camera. So I like that shot right there. So I'm gonna trim these a little bit. So when I look at that camera, I'm gonna cut to that camera. Then I look to the other camera, right? Go back to the razor blade tool, then go to the arrow tool. Let's see if I can catch myself looking at the other camera. Then back to front, right? Right, I go back to front. Oh, that didn't really work. Let me see here. I want to go back to front right here. Keep the front camera up. So I say, I want to see this camera up. So let's go to try to find that camera. And then we'll come back to this shot when I go straight forward. So that's the wrong camera. Do razor blade tool right here. Go back to the arrow tool, see if we can find it here. I said, put this camera up full. I want to see this camera up full. And then we go back to that camera right there. Done. So I'm going to take this back, take this back, take this back. I'm going to take this back, and now I'm going to go to the beginning and hit I for in, go to the end. You can press the up arrow or down arrow to kind of jump around in it, but I'm going to hit O for out, and then I'm going to do File, Export, Media, and I want this to be a small file. So we do H.624, and then we're going to do Twitter. Where are we at here? Let's do Twitter Full HD. It's going to be 8 megabytes. I'm going to change the location of where it's saving to. I'm going to save it to the desktop and change this to your name. What is your name? And say save, export. When that file exports, attach that in Google Classroom, submit it, and mark as done. Thank you for watching Mr. Goetz's Flipped Classroom.
Mr. Goetz's Flipped Classroom.